Standard 6, Subject English, Lesson number 2.7, Yonamine and Bushi. This is the short introduction which I am going to give you related to this lesson. In this lesson, this is the real story that took place in Japan, where Yonamine Chiru, a beautiful intelligent girl, marry a Bushikyo after he defeats her in a wrestling match which was the consider of a marriage. They live a happy married life, and an incident which took place make Bushikyo realize that he should not underestimate anybody, especially a woman. Dear children, this was a short introduction related to this lesson. This is the first part. Yeah, I'm going to read the sub paragraph of the lesson. Here we start. Yonamine Chiru was the most admired girl in Okinawa. Now, Okinawa is place in Japan, and where this Yonamine stays. She was intelligent, tall, strong, big and beautiful, and Yonamine was very intelligent, very smart, strong, tall and beautiful. She looked very beautiful, and most important of all, she was so well trained in karate. Now, what is mean by karate? And Okinawa, where the martial art training is given, or you can say any of the fighting sport like judo or karate is done here. So here she was well trained in karate that no one could beat her. So Yonamine was so good in karate that no one can beat her in karate. When it was time to get her married, and when the time came of Yonamine's marriage, her father, who was a rich merchant. Now, what is mean by merchant, dear student? Merchant means a person or company involved in wholesale trade, especially one deal with the foreign countries or supplying goods to a particular trade. It's mean merchant. So Yonamine's father was a rich merchant, began to worry about the Yonamine because he loved his daughter very much. He loved his daughter and wanted her to be happy and well cared. Now Yonamine's father loved his daughter very much, and he always wanted that her daughter always be happy and well cared. She was beautiful and she would inherit. Now, what is meant by inherit? Inherit means to receive money, property, or the title at the previous holder of fortune. Now, what is meant by fortune? Fortune means a large amount of money from him. So Yonamine get large amount of property from his father. But where, oh where could he find a young man who would come forward to marry a woman who was stronger than him? So the Yonamine father was searching a young man and worried about Yonamine married, that who will marry a such a strong woman, that who is good in karate, because Yonamine was a well trained and good in karate that no one can beat her. For that's why the father was worried about the Yonamine, that from where who could find the young man who would marry a such a strong woman. Let's move to the next paragraph, dear student. What happened further? Let's see. Yona Mind had her own idea about marriage. So here the Yona Mind, who was very beautiful and intelligent girl, so she was having some different idea about her marriage, that how she is going to marry. She declared firmly. Now here she has declared firmly. Now what is mean by firmly, dear student? Firmly means with a little possibility of movement, in a way that uses the strategy, power, or strength. So here the Yuna mind was having her own idea about her marriage. So here she has declared in front of everyone that she is having some different idea about her marriage. I will only marry a man who can beat me in a fair fight. Now, here she has declared that she is only going to marry a man who can beat, means defeated in a fair fight. Now, what is mean by fair fight? In Okinawa is a place where this fair fight competition is held, in which the Yonamine is saying, I will fight with the man who is going to beat me in this fair fight. To only then only I am going to marry such kind of a young man who is going to defeat me, who will beat me in this fair fight. Surprisingly, now what is mean by surprisingly? Surprising means in a way that cause surprise, unexpected. So you are not expected. So here surprisingly many young men picked up the challenges. So many young men came forward and take the challenges to find with Yonamine and came forward to fight her, and all the young men came forward to fight with Yonamine. After all, she was a beautiful girl with a fortune. Now, after all, she was rich and she was very beautiful girl. Many wrestlers. Now, what is mean by wrestlers, dear student? Wrestlers means a person who take part in a wrestling, especially for sports. So many young men has came here to participate in wrestling match, which was challenged by Yonamine. Wrestlers were eager to win her in a contest of martial art. Now, what is mean by martial art, dear student? Martial art, it is a one type of fighting sport like judo or karate. So many young men has came and participate in this contest to win the Yonamine, who is going to beat Yonamine in this fight. Let's move further. Next paragraph, what happened, let's see. One of the first to ask for her hand was Kojo. The first man who was asking for Yonamine's hand was a man whose name was Kojo, who was actually bigger and stronger than Yonamine, and actually who was very bigger in height and stronger than Yonamine. He was so tall and well built that his hands were like shovels. Now, what is meant by shovels, dear student? A tool with a long handle and bordered blade used for moving sand or snow. So here the Kojo hand was shovels, and his legs resembled tree trunks, and its legs were like tree trunks, very large and big. But he played foul. Now, what is mean by foul, dear student? Wicked or immoral. So he played in a such a wicked manner. Even a Yonamine was blowing to him in the customary. Now, what is mean by customary? According to the custom, when we are going to fight, dear student, you might be seen in television or anywhere else. They, even when we are starting the match, we are giving respect by blowing our head in front of opponent player. So your same way the Yonamine was blowing to him in the customary sign of respect to start the match. Let's see for the what happened next. To one's opponent. Now, what is mean by opponent? Opponent means a player of the opposite team. So here the Yonamine was fighting with opposition team. He threw a punch. Now, what is mean by punch, dear student? Punch means hit somebody with your wrist. So here the Kojo has punched to Yonamine. Breaking the rules of the game, Yonamine was angry, and because Kojo has break the rule of the game, because of that the Yonamine has got angry. She caught hold his arm and twisted it so powerfully that the unsportive Kojo fell down in a heap and had to limp away defeated. So here the Kojo has broken the rule of the game. Because of that the Yunaman got angry. So she has catch his hand and hold the arms and twisted it so powerfully that the unpositive Kojo fell down on the ground and limped away as defeated from Yonamine. Many promising young wrestlers tried their hands, but Yonamine defeated them all. So many other wrestlers tried to defeat Yonamine, but all got defeated from Yonamine. Her father was in despair. Young men wanted to marry girls who would cook and wash and make tea for their husbands, who would marry a girl who enjoyed wrestling. So here the Yonamine father was displayed because of Yonamine, because the young man wanted to marry such kind of girl who cook for her husband, wash the clothes, make tea for their husband. So who will marry such kind of girl who enjoy the wrestling? So the Yonamine father was very despair about Yonamine. Let's see further, dear student, what happened next. Bushikyo was just such a man. He had trained under the karate master Sakugawa. He proved to be such an expert that he was recruited. Now, what is meant by recruited, dear student? Hire for job by Soko, the king of Okinawa, to be his personal guard. So here the name of Bushi Kiyaro, who was trained by the karate master Sakugawa, and he has proved himself in such a way that today he is the bodyguard of Soko, the king of Okinawa, as a personal guard. His friend said to Bushi, now the friend of the Bushi told him, you should take on the challenge of the girl Yona Mind. So they have told about the Yona Mind that this girl has challenged. She may be big, but you are stronger and smarter than her. So the Bushi friend told to Bushi that she might be big from you, but you are the stronger and smarter than Yonamine. Bushi too was keen to marry a girl like Yonamine, and Bushi was also expected that she marry such kind of Yonamine type of girl. He did not want a delicate facile girl for a wife. Now, what is meant by facile? Facile means not strong, very delicate. And here the Bushi was searching Yona mind type of girl to whom he can marry. I shall fight with her and win over her, he decided. So here the Bushi won't like Yona mind wife. She has expected that she will marry such like Yona mind type of girl as a wife. So here Bushi has decided that he is going to fight with the Yona mind in the fight and going to win her. So he has decided to fight with Yonamine. Dear student, hope you all understood this first part. Thank you.